What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about Madden 21 Ultimate Team and how abilities will affect the gameplay. You guys have been coming out with a lot of different questions. I'm going to do my best to try to answer as many as I can leading up to Madden 21. But in this video right here, we're going to be going ahead and showing you guys once again the 4x gunslinger glitch. All right, guys? We're going to be taking a look at that and trying to determine, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, what are they going to do as far as, you know, does not stack with itself and things like that as far as the wording of these things, because pretty much every Madden player is going to try to find a way to see exactly what we can do to manipulate the system. Like, that's just, bro, with gaming, you have to have an advantage. How many of you guys used to play Street Fighter in the arcade, and when you got a dude in the corner, you was hitting him with the mid, the light, the mid kick, then the roundhouse? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Keep him in the corner. And then when they got Super Street Fighter, bro, you had him in the mid-air just doing whatever. Listen, it's a lot of things that happen within gaming, and it's those tricks of the trade that makes people able to come out on top more than another individual. And it's just your job, you know, to find out what really works and, you know, go with it for that year, pretty much, if it's a game that continuously releases on a yearly basis. So because so many of you guys had the question about the abilities, you know, and want to know how would it affect it, let me just go ahead and tell you this right now. I believe that abilities are here to stay. Will it be fine-tuned? Probably. I want to go ahead and like I said, I'm not doing hindsight, you know, it's 2020, all that stuff. I did not like the fact that armbar was patched early in the year, and I know you guys sent me footage after footage after footage early, like, bro, is this okay, Gmi? You said you didn't like it. You didn't mind that they, you know, that you were mad about them patching it. I wasn't mad about it. I just didn't like the fact that that's what the game was designed to do. And if you had a player that had that attribute, that is supposed to make your opponent have to game plan for that. So you can't blitz everybody. You got to leave more guys in coverage because it's going to take more than one guy to be able to take a guy down. Sometimes it happens like that. You'll pick that off. Like, let's go ahead and talk about lurker. A lot of people have issues with lurker. Now, the reason that lurker became such a huge factor is because they stopped making people be able to jump in the air 95 feet and, you know, pretty much pick the ball off. Like little tiny linebackers, back when Ray Lewis was on the cover, what was that, Madden 13, when they introduced the ball hawk, they were jumping up. 4'5" players were jumping up through the ceiling. That didn't make sense, okay? And that went on for years. Now, do I agree with the fact that people can just throw it over your head, and if you have a big corner like a Richard Sherman, he still can't jump unless he has an ability? Yeah, I have a problem with that, because he's big enough to be able to at least swat it. But I understand in that same token, like, bruh, they had to kind of calm it down, because if they did not, it would have created a more major issue, because that was some of the major complaints about the game. Now, for me, I just understood that I couldn't throw the ball in those lanes, and if I did, I was going to have a problem. As far as like saying patch it, patch it, patch it, I was more concerned with the fact that the ball is consistently able to go through, you know, your body when you're defending it. That to me is still a major issue and has been going on since about Madden 16 and has not yet been addressed. You know, 4th down and 97, a dude will throw the ball up in the air, running off his back foot, and he'll just throw it right through you. And those are some of the things that are crazy. But now, as far as that right there, like that's lurker, right? And that's why I'm pointing it out. That is something where it's like, okay, this guy is jumping within the 10-yard frame. And then you think about guys like Brent Grimes and stuff like that, dudes that got real hops. Is that realistic? Some people are going to get that animation. So for me, lurker actually is something that I don't really mind, because, again, you only get 3 abilities out of 11 on the defensive side of the ball. As I said, it's very disproportionate. So it should mean something to the way that you're building your team, okay? Do I mind the fact that dudes can lurk 20 yards underneath sometimes? I don't think it's like 20, I'm exaggerating, but, you know, like 10 yards, dudes is jumping at mad high and picking the ball. All right, cool. I know that the guy has lurker, I have to avoid that. It's sort of like this, right? We were debating on my sports talk show that I do live on Twitch, right? About the greatest defense ever. All right, obviously the 85 Bears kept winning no matter what, but a lot of us thought that the 2000 Ravens was really, really good. You know what I'm saying? Ray Lewis doing whatever. You know, they had some really, really good players on the team, right? The reason I point out Ray Lewis specifically is because one of the things that people did, and we noticed it, you avoided Ray Lewis. The reason that I say that is not because he got bodies on him allegedly. It's because he was so dominant at his position, you didn't want to involve him in anything. It's sort of like when there's a lockdown corner, Revis in his prime. you don't want to deal with that side. So what do? You avoid it. So if you see me like an idiot running around with a glowing X on my player, shouldn't you avoid that guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, people that complain about lurker, I'm like, okay, yo, what do you want EA to do? Like, everybody is not going to be happy. Yeah, I'm jumping up like I'm Superman and the Incredible Hulk mixed, but I'm paid. Like, that's one of the 3 abilities that I have out of 11. So I should be able to do that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what my specialty is, that's what I should be able to do. So as far as the ability aspect of making your player superhuman, it's up to us to generate the best offensive and defensive use for it, in my opinion. Now, do I believe, hear me out, do I believe that the 4x gunslinger glitch should be something that still goes on in Madden 21? No. And the reason that I say no is because one gunslinger should be able to do what my 4x is doing right now. Because if the system is able to process that it can speed up the pass, and all of the throwing motions are so garbage, which is why I believe they put it in the game. I think that gunslinger was supposed to be like this, and a reason for that was simply because they knew that the releases of the quarterbacks were so trash. You see what I'm saying? It never happened like that until we come late in the year to see, oh, we can actually stack it, even though it says you can. But I just believe that that was something that they did to make it so you would have to use that ability. Now, let's say, for instance, as I get burnt deep for 6, yes, faux 6. Let's say, for instance, right, gunslinger is like that at the beginning of the year. Do you guys believe that more people would have passed the ball than not? I believe they would have. I believe that people would have used gunslinger even with the run game being OP, because a lot of the reasons that people get sacked is because you can't release the ball. So I think that what's going to happen is, like I told you guys in the previous years, EA pretty much uses us as experiments to kind of see what works, and then they kind of make it better the next year. Because this game is better than 19, no matter what you guys say. I know it has issues and, you know, certain things, certain bugs, but it's better than 19. Because 19, I was losing my mind, bro. 19, dog. Listen, I got 5 controllers. I'm trying to see if people are going to be able to take it back. I don't know if I can actually get it back. I got to see. Because, like, you know, like, people give you, like, partial credit for it. Try to get rid of it. I got, like, 5 of them, bro. I got, like, 5 of them that it's like, bruh, like, they're broken, but they're not really broken, though. Like, because of 19. 18 was wild, too. 17 was crazy because swerving was so easy that a caveman could do it. No Geico, though. And what was interesting about it was, I was actually in a franchise in 17. And everybody in the franchise knew how to swerve. Like, it was wild. It was crazy. So that, you know, these are some of the things that I think made the game a lot better, because now you can't swerve. The defensive player doesn't follow you with your motion. But now, because people don't have, you know, either they don't have the user skill or you've gotten accustomed to EA doing everything for you, which you still can do, because you can still get predetermined picks in the game, obviously. You know, where you don't have to really do anything, and then, you know, the computer just picks it off. But you have to actually work to be able to pick off the streaks that are available now. So that's actually a situation. I love when that happens, bro. Oh, yo, bro, when dudes try to go ahead and hit you with the baby out route, and then the ball stops behind the line on 4th down, that happens so many times this year. And especially a competitive game, and it's hilarious, bro. Like, bro, people would be like, yo, I got the 1st down. Nah, it's where the ball is. So pretty much going back to, you know, this whole ability situation, this right here really annoyed me. I don't think I've ever seen Bo Jackson fumble with an animation like that, because that wasn't even really a full throttle hit stick. It's just that EA is trying to make this guy stay in the game for some reason. But again, with abilities and him having Enforcer, is that something that I should be like, yo, bro, what's up? No, I should probably avoid Enforcers, because that's what Enforcers are supposed to do. They're supposed to force fumbles. So I really think, like right here, I don't animate, but again, sometimes it's gonna happen like that. I thought he was gonna jump. I was trying to, you know, jump for it. They wouldn't let me do it. It is what it is. This guy, the EA wants to bring him in the game, bro. It is what it is. But again, why did I just start hit sticking that way? I don't know why I just did that. I ran and just started doing a hit stick for no reason, and the dude hit me with the eye tight right quick with Gale Sayers. Cool. So even with everything that we've been discussing, as mad as you may be about abilities in Madden 20, I believe it's not going anywhere. That's what I believe. I believe it's going to be probably a little bit more fine-tuned. The abilities that still didn't work in 19, like out of my way, you guys saw it, consistently did not work in this year. So I think for us right now, if they keep Gunslinger the way it is and maybe make it so that it's something that we want to spend training on, I think that already automatically makes the game better. Because in doing this, it's going to have to make them see, all right, so if they do stack it, you know, that could mean something, you know, now it means something. You see what I'm saying? Like right here, dude's getting mossed uncontrollably. It has to mean something. And that's what the 4 times does right now. It makes it so that the ball comes out super fast. I know you guys are looking at it like, yo, wow, I didn't even know Joe Burrow could throw the ball like that. Yeah, I know. Once you guys convinced me to do it on stream, I was like, all right, let me see what's good. And he is an absolute animal. Dude's a beast, bro. Like, I have 0 complaints about this guy getting the ball out. Now, when Aaron Rodgers gets his 99, I don't even think we're going to need four times Gunslinger because Aaron Rodgers already has the fastest release in the game. But giving him 4 times might make the ball just teleport. It might just end up in your receiver's hands or the defenders if you don't know what you're doing when you throw the ball. Because Aaron Rodgers is just wild and savage. All right, I don't know what this guy's doing. Okay, oh, he's trying to press me. I think he found out, reading ebooks about how to defend the streak. And dudes, you can't press the tight ends like that because they're so big and heavy. So the weight factor comes into play with that, and it's a lot harder to deal with it. Right here, oh, that hurts. That hurts right there, man. That really just hurts. But again, with the way that everything is set up, that's what I believe. I think that it's here to stay. I think that it's going to still having an enormous factor on the way the game is played, but I think it'll be a lot better. And I think that EA has learned from a lot of the stuff that they did in this Madden and, how they're going to do it. They might even make it so that, we get more abilities than 4, than the 4 slots because it's such a huge, overwhelming factor with the game itself. But those are just some of my thoughts. You guys continue to go ahead and leave that in the comment sections. All your Madden 21 questions, I will go over it in different gameplay vids. Hopefully this was one of the questions that you asked. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Continue to be safe. And I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.